His name is Matt Maxson. He's a Coronado High School and UNLV grad who has been working on this project for the last 2.5 years. And if you've been watching, you know it's been time well spent.
Phil always looked for a theme for every season. And given that it was the last year we were going to be together, management had already made that decision. In typical Phil fashion, he had a name for it.
I talked to the players about particularly how important it was for us to really be together in this last run that we were going to have. So I called it The Last Dance.
The Last Dance chronicles the Chicago Bulls' run at a 6th NBA title and second three-peat in the 1997-98 season. One of the producers who has played a critical role in putting together the 10-part documentary is producer Matt Maxson, a graduate of Coronado and UNLV who now lives in New York City. Maxson says he found his way into documentaries by covering boxing for the Rebel Yell and being introduced to HBO sports executives by Yahoo Sports writer Kevin Iole.
Fell into my lap. I knew I wanted to do sports. I knew that I liked working in Vegas. I knew that the sports team in Vegas was so unique and that was something I wanted to work on. It wasn't until I realized that TV production was something that was even there, because you're just thinking like, oh, I'm going to be a sports writer. I'm going to be a this. And then you realize that there's this whole thing behind the scenes that you can tell stories. You can actually sit down and focus and go into depth on things.
After working for HBO Sports and helping produce the documentary on Andre the Giant, he was asked to be a part of The Last Dance and jumped at the chance.
How do you turn that down? And it was just kind of like, as a kid who grew up in the 90s, Michael Jordan breaks your heart how many times if you're ever rooting against him or if you're ever rooting for him. He's like the hero of every superhero, novel ever written. You're just kind of just grateful that you're like, hey, I was along for a ride on something that is truly awesome.
Coming up tonight on The Late Show is we're going to let you know how many hours of footage they had to pour through to make this happen and what specific things that Maxson did to help bring this project to life. And then all throughout the week, Maxson gives us his insights on The Last Dance. Kevin Bollinger, Fox 5 News Local, Las Vegas.